Hello, and welcome to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics. Today is Friday, 6th September. I'm your host Daniel, the founder of HM Intelligence, and every weekday we bring you not just the news, but the so what from the events and decisions that shape our world. So grab a coffee and get ready to be informed. In today's update, we'll be covering Poland is charging Belarusians over the 2021 Ryanair diversion. The US, UK, and EU are signing an international treaty on AI. And summer 2024 in the Northern Hemisphere is the hottest on record. So, firstly, Polish prosecutors have decided to press charges against 3 Belarusian officials in connection with the 2021 forced diversion of Ryanair flight FR4978 from Athens to Vilnius, which was routed to Minsk under the pretext of a bomb threat. The individuals charged included the former director of Belarusian air navigation, the air traffic control manager on duty, and the head of the Belarusian KGB, which is their intelligence service. These officials are all accused of orchestrating the diversion by providing false information about an explosive device, leading to an unlawful detention of 132 passengers, including Polish citizens. The incident, which involved the arrest of Belarusian journalist Roman Petrusev and his girlfriend, led to international condemnation. Following the diversion, Roman was sentenced to 8 years in prison for charges that included terrorism and slandering Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, but he was later pardoned. Similarly, his girlfriend was pardoned a month later. The European Union responded to the incident at the time by imposing sanctions, including banning Belarusian airlines from EU airspace and airports. The Polish authorities have obtained secret audio recordings from Minsk air traffic control and are now seeking European arrest warrants and international red notices for the Belarusian officials involved, although they are currently outside of Polish jurisdiction. So what? Even though this is a symbolic move, it is possible that it could have an effect on other individuals in the future if they are aware of the case, as it shows that there can be personal consequences for following the orders of a rogue state such as Belarus. This is due to the individual's inability to travel internationally to numerous countries and live a normal life, and can also have an effect on their family and finances if they hold money in international bank accounts. It is also likely that this is part of a tit-for-tat move against Belarus for their current migrant warfare tactic that is being displayed on their Polish-Belarusian border. And next, on Thursday, an international treaty on AI was signed by the EU, United States, and United Kingdom, as well as several other nations. This marks the first legally binding international agreement on the use of AI. The treaty was presented by the Council of Europe, with the Secretary-General emphasizing the need for AI to support global standards rather than undermine them. She described the treaty as open for global participation, calling for more countries to sign up and ratify it. The treaty offers a legal framework for AI systems throughout their life cycle, balancing the advancement of technology with managing the risks to human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. The treaty was signed at the Council of Europe Justice Ministers Conference in Vilnius, Lithuania, shortly after the EU passed its own AI regulation focusing on high-risk sectors. In addition to the EU, US, and UK, other signatories include Iceland, Norway, and Israel. Countries such as Argentina, Canada, and Japan participated in the negotiations, but have not yet signed. Despite its broad support, NGOs like the European Centre for Not-for-Profit Law raised concerns over enforceability of the treaty's provisions. So what? I think this is a positive step, as I do believe that AI needs some kind of international regulation. However, without the inclusion of China, who is a leading country in AI, the treaty is not going to be that effective. If you follow the same logic seen in weapon development, so long as a treaty does not limit one competing country, then every country is required to compete anyway. While it is possible that China may join this treaty, or a similar one, it is likely that without them, it will not be effective. And lastly, in the summer of 2024, the world experienced record breaking temperatures, making it the hottest summer ever recorded, according to the EU's climate monitor. Between June and August, global temperatures averaged between 16.8 degrees Celsius, surpassing the 1991 to 2020 baseline by 0.69 degrees. Samantha Burgess, Deputy Director, highlighted that this period included the hottest June and August on record, alongside the hottest day ever documented. This marked the second consecutive year of record-breaking heat, with 2023 previously holding the title. The trend points to increasing climate instability driven by greenhouse gas emissions from fossil fuels. The consequences of these rising temperatures are being felt globally as climate change tightens its grip. Severe droughts in Sicily and Sardinia, intensified by a typhoon, and extreme heat waves across northern Europe and western China are among the impacts. China reported its hottest August in over 60 years, following a record-breaking July. The data underscores the need for global efforts to reduce emissions to mitigate worsening climate conditions. So what? Though it is clear that more needs to be done to support the reduction in climate change, it is likely that without the support of certain states, the majority of changes will be insignificant and ineffective. One key issue is that while the current geopolitical competition makes it unlikely that for states to work together, in particular on energy, security, and nuclear development. So we'll have to see. Thank you for listening to the Intel Brief, your daily intelligence briefing on global geopolitics, brought to you by HM Intelligence. If you want to support the podcast, tell your friends to help them stay informed and leave us a 5-star review. Or if you want to learn more about intelligence, why not take one of our courses? They're all online, self-paced, and affordable. Thank you for listening. I've been your host, Daniel, and I'll see you next time.